Let's bring in Senate Finance Committee member and chair of the Senate Help Committee, Louisiana Senator Bill Cassidy. Senator, thanks for being with us today. So we kind of gave you the critical rundown there of what's in the bill, but of course this is the Senate version of the big, beautiful bill. So tell us why you think it's an improvement over what came out of the House.
Well, first, the House version had to be kind of bird bath. That's process, you know that. On the other hand, there's other things I like about our bill. I'm the chairman of the Help Committee. We have been working to undo the mess that Biden made of the student loan apparatus over the last 4 years. We're trying to, one, get rid of his student loan forgiveness scheme, number one, increase affordability, increase accountability, and increase access to higher education through things like Pell Grants. Now, if we can do that, that'll be transformational. That'll make a lot of difference to working families and middle-income families. That'll set the stage for economic boom based on a better educated United States of America.
I was astonished, quite frankly, that the language on the climate con, if you will, on the green grift subsidies was changed to the point that the language, it says, it creates a longer runway for the subsidies. No, it pumps oxygen and breathes life into something that the House bill for wind and solar subsidies, in essence, killed those subsidies in just a few years. And now they will live on long after President Trump leaves office, into when he is already in his 90s. That sounds very liberal, very Democrat, very Biden-esque, and it's a waste of money. And what was it done for? Tom Tillis, Senator?
Dagan, let me look at that, because the ones I've saw were ending in like 3 years. But let's speak about a couple of things that fits the president's priority in the energy space. First, we have got so much energy use ramping up, specifically with data centers over the next 4 years. The president said he wanted 5 nuclear power plants by 2030. That's a tall order. And then he wanted a bunch more by 2050. Now, to get that done, industry is going to need some help. I'll just say that. And so for the nuclear in particular, those were extended. Geothermal. Now, geothermal, Chris Wright, the Department of Energy Secretary, spoke both about the need for nuclear and for geothermal. And geothermal is something which you can produce anywhere in the nation, can provide immediate energy that's located right next to a data center. Yeah, we're extending some credits for that, but that's to meet the president's vision of both the nuclear aspect, but also of an expansion of data centers so that they're here in the US of A and not overseas in a place like China.
Senator, just to clarify, just so the audience knows, the tax credits when they came out of the House on the green grift, the climate con, it was for projects. They had to start construction within 60 days or start operations by the end of 2028. The Senate plan changed them, that wind and solar projects only have to begin construction in 2026 or 27 and still qualify for those tax credits. So based on the analysis, that means that it's a fake construction begins deadline, which really moves out their life. They only have to be finished way down the road. So again, the runway is much longer. So go ahead,
It might
Brian.
be much longer, but there's a $77 billion credit right now we're getting from one aspect of solar. We are saving a heck of a lot of money on those credits. And Dagan, you got the bill before you. I don't. But what I do have in my mind is the amount of savings we are getting from what we are doing with those credits is quite substantial.
All right, Senator, I'll give you a little credit on the business tax cuts. I like that you're making those permanent, especially the small business tax cuts and the investments in capital equipment, plant, factories. That's a big one. But the president was talking a lot about a 15% made in America corporate tax rate. The House gave us what they were calling an effective rate of 15%. I don't see anything even remotely like that in the Senate bill. What's going on with that?
Well, first, the rate we have now is fairly competitive with overseas entities. We are competing with EU, China, et cetera. We want our tax rate to be competitive with them. The current tax rate we have is competitive. Additionally, the EU is doing something called Pillar 2, which would penalize some of our firms, and we're attempting to give Treasury a tool by which they can fight back. So the issue from my perspective is how do you make sure that our industry is competitive in terms of taxes elsewhere so that they can create more jobs for the American people.
Is that the so-called the revenge tax that I'm reading about?
Yes.
That's the revenge tax, okay.
The revenge tax.
Yeah.
And so we think with that, we preserve the position of the U.S. as regards that. By the way, not only do they have a fairly low corporate tax rate, but all the things you were speaking of that we have given permanence to, the R&D tax credit, for example, the accelerated depreciation of investment they make, et cetera, those things are also a means by which that corporate tax rate is further lowered. Again, incentivizing construction of facilities in the U.S., creating jobs for middle and working America.
Senator Bill Cassidy, thank you so much, sir.
Appreciate it.